It is cold here, even colder in Iowa, where voters are taking part in possibly the coldest Iowa caucuses ever. Here's a live look from Iowa City. Voters woke up to temps 10 below and colder. Wind chills were as low as 40 below. It's a different feel in the Midwest. It's very, very cold. Iowa does not do that mail-in ballot option. You have to show up in person for the caucus.
Of course, besides the weather, there may be some other surprises as far as tonight's results. Former President Donald Trump considered to have a massive lead in the polling for the Republican nod from the caucuses there. They're wondering if he might even get 50% of the vote. So former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis are basically trying to come in second. Today, they, along with Trump, were making a final pitch to the voters.
I'm running on your issues and your family's issues and solely to turn this country around.
We have an option to either go back to the past and deal with the names of Trump and Biden in the past, or we can go forward in the future.
I think it's going to be very close to record-setting, maybe even record-setting.
So talking more about the Iowa caucuses today, let's go live to Ottumwa, Iowa. NBC's Jacob Soboroff is there. We don't often get to see voting, but when it comes to these caucuses, Jacob, you really do get to see it, although it's changed a bit.
Oh, you sure do, Tom, and it's really good to be with you. Here in Ottumwa, they have somewhat of a unique style of caucus. We're 50 ununited states when it comes to the ways and days we vote. The 99 counties of Iowa also each vote slightly in different ways. A super caucus is what's going to happen here at Ottumwa High School, where everyone from Wapello County, from across the entire county, will come and vote in one location. Upstairs here in the high school, they'll go to the auditorium, they'll get a briefing from the campaigns, they'll break out into the different groups downstairs into different classrooms to vote in their individual precincts, and ultimately those results will be tallied, tabulated, and announced down here in the cafeteria, which you can see behind me. It's an extraordinary process. It's much different from how they have ever done it for the Democrats. The Democrats for many years did it in preference groups where they would go to different corners of a room, and they've sort of left that procedure behind in favor of mail-in voting here in Iowa. All that said, the Iowa Republicans are still the first in the nation. That's what they wanted to be. That's what they still are. And everyone will be watching the results very closely tonight.
Yeah, as far as those results, obviously it wouldn't be a surprise if we expected it, but what would be a surprise tonight, if you will? I mean, there's so much talk about a dominant Donald Trump in Iowa, Nikki Haley gaining ground. What might be a surprise in your book?
Depending on the final results tonight, how much ground a Nikki Haley or a Ron DeSantis has gained, or where a Ron DeSantis might land, in other words, because former President Trump, the support here in Wapello County, for instance, back in 2016, he won 35% of the vote in the caucus here. Will that margin increase to the size of the last NBC News Des Moines Register poll, be around 48%, around 50%? Will it stay even? Those are the numbers that we'll be watching very closely because, of course, immediately after here, all of us are packing up and heading to New Hampshire because that's where this contest shifts in just a matter of days.
Yeah, I have great news. I was just looking at the forecast. It looks like next week in New Hampshire will be every bit as horrible weather-wise as the weather you've had there in Iowa. We never got above zero here in Denver today, so we get it. But it does affect voting, especially in places where you caucus.
Oh, it sure does. I think the real temperature outside right now is -11. That's the actual temperature. Feels like might be -37 degrees. So if we get anywhere around 0, maybe 15, 30 actual temperature, that's going to be balmy out in New Hampshire. But in all seriousness, look, the folks that are here early and they're here to caucus. I mean, the folks here in Iowa are dedicated. They're also used to temperatures like this, maybe not quite so cold, but this caucus is almost like a sacred process for them. They really cherish and have a lot of pride in their first in the nation status. And look, I've been out over the course of the last couple of days here in Wapello talking to people in and around Ottumwa, and they are, I mean, what they tell me is that they are going to be there come rain, come snow, come freezing conditions, even if it means 10 minutes outside and the frostbite kicks in.
Well, as are you there for us. Jacob, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. Thanks again.
All right, Tom. Great talking with you.